We got another question back here.
So my question kind of has to do with the consolidation issue as well as our loose definition of social media. And I feel like we've kind of implicitly defined it, but with sites like TripAdvisor, or places that are also aggregating large, broad opinions around specific sets of information, the hotel example, it's a random one, but, is it worth it still for companies now to have primary web presences of their own or to start taking a distributed approach where you lose the microsites? I mean, I work at a big development company and the knee jerk is, we need a site, we need a microsite, right? And they're afraid to harness what's out there. And I think with people checking so much stuff, what are you starting to see in terms of the way people migrate or use those tools as primary sources?
I'm really glad you asked that, and I'm sure I won't make any friends amongst the web developers in this room, but I've been telling people for a few months now, you don't need a website anymore. Everything else you do online, all the tracks you leave across the rest of the internet are at least equally as important as your own website, and probably more important, because instead of you saying stuff about your own self, you got other people saying stuff about you, which is a lot more credible. Yeah. So do you guys think people still need a website?
Well, I think a perfect example of that is bands on MySpace. If you're looking at any kind of promotional material for a band, they typically don't have a URL aside from their MySpace location. And this is because everybody's there, they can distribute their music there, it costs nothing, they can do it rapidly.
The community's already there.
Yeah, exactly, their fans are there.
Yeah, a creative company by the name of Boone Oakley, and that's Boone, Oakley like the glasses, released a video on YouTube using the embed function, so you can actually embed like clickable regions in the video. They don't have a website, that's their website. Is this video. It's fantastic. If you've got computers, look it up. It's completely that. We don't need real estate. The world is our real estate.
Right. Yeah. I'll just give you my opinion. I don't fully agree with the whole, I think to a certain extent, that's a bit of the effect of we're like peaking out.
He called social media a fad in our talk earlier.
I called elements of what's happening with respect to Twitter and Facebook. And really, I mean, it's no different than a lot of the things that you could see. Human behavior in that respect is somewhat predictable. It's going to go through a peak. So I think really there's value in both. And what you're seeing is the line between a microsite and these tools is blurring. The example, even with the Next Media site, obviously you can bring in the tweets for that hashtag into your experience. You can take Google Maps and you can mash up content and show it. But there are still things that, whether you're a brand or a media company, you have content that no one else has, and the way in which you choose to express that is important. And I don't think it's taking anything away from being able to use Facebook. I mean, the reality is this is Facebook, LinkedIn, MySpace. This is where people are living their digital lives. Yep. So it's more about engaging with those audiences, and then I think trying to create a cyclical effect of bringing them back maybe for a deeper experience at your microsite, and then maybe sending them back out to talk about it with their friends.